everyone. Let me fix my hair. It's Community Energy Thursday, and tonight we're working on boundaries, strengthening our boundaries, healing our boundaries. Perfect for these burr months, right? Where we're around maybe more people, doing more events. I definitely need to reshore my own boundaries, so I'm excited to do this together. Let's get started. If you're new here, welcome, welcome. I am Ryan with Energy with Ryan. So glad you're here. Let's just really feel into our bodies right now. And before we connect to any energy, I want you to do an energetic body scan. You can imagine going over your body, over your aura, over your spirit, whatever you can connect to. And see if you can feel any sticky spots, any weaknesses, but not in a bad way. Perhaps you can feel a lot of boundaries on certain other places. So just really tune into yourself. So interesting. I'm really feeling for myself and maybe for others, the right side, specifically like right here, my eye feels pretty weak. It feels like there's nothing there. So make note of where you might need some extra support, some extra love, and we'll get to that. So let's get started. I'm going to wrap us up in a big bubble of light. It looks like it's going to be an iridescent bubble today, but as always, pick your own colors. Kind of feels like a literal like blowing bubbles. You know how there's that like shininess to it. And that which only serves your most loving, joyful, peaceful, happiest, kindest, best and highest good can come through this bubble. And we thank the earth. We thank our spirit team. We thank our beloved ancestors, our angels, our spirit guides, our beloved past animals, our master healers and teachers and loved ones. We are so grateful to be here, to have them be with us. And we ask for right now for them to watch over us, to guide us, to protect us, to help us hear what we need to hear, shift what we need to shift, create what we need to create in a way that works best for your mind, body, and spirit, in a complete way, in a gentle way. Oh, that feels good. And we ask them to really help us strengthen our boundaries and keep them strong, and allow us to learn new tools, or maybe dive deeper into tools that we already know to keep this up, to allow us to keep strengthening our boundaries. Physical, emotional, energetic, spiritual. Okay. That up a little bit. Okay. I'm going to connect to your energy. Now is a really great time to set your own intention. Perhaps, we did that check-in and you know where you need to strengthen and shore up your own boundaries. Perhaps you don't know what's going on. You're just like, I need something, just support me. Or maybe you're intrigued. whatever it is, just set your intention for tonight. Ooh, ooh. It feels pertinent to tell you now, even though I'm giving you no time to set your intention, that this topic was chosen because I pulled an oracle card from one of my favorite oracle decks called the Dirt Gems. And it's with herbs, it's an herbal deck. And the card that was pulled was poison ivy or poison oak. And in the Oracle guidebook, it says that these are loving allies. And when we brush up against them, they let us know that it's dangerous. They let us know that we've come too close. And so that's a really good reminder as we set our intention that boundaries are good for us. Sometimes they're not fun. Most of the times they're not fun, right? And so we still need to have those boundaries, those protections, and to keep practicing working with them and just acknowledging them. I think that's a really important start right now. Acknowledging it might not be fun, acknowledging, like, for example, when I do an event or like a big family thing, I do a lot of boundary work and it takes time. And then I'm like, oh, I don't really want to do it. But it's good for us. And so just a reminder that this is good for us, but it can still be painful, and we're acknowledging that. Okay, now set your intentions. Y'all's boundaries feel good already. I can tell. Just acknowledging it. I think just even bearing witness to them as well can help strengthen. Here we in, yes. First, I am just pouring energy into our bodies, our minds, our auras. Ooh, another thing that's coming in for the intention is if there is something going on right now where you need a stronger boundary, bring it in. Let's work with it. I want you to imagine a big rainfall, golden, yes, golden light, really filling your cells, in between your cells. Something I really love to work with are sigils, which if you don't know a sigil and you know runes, you can imagine runes. So a sort of drawing that is imbued with magic and a meaning. And I have one for protection that I put on most mornings when I remember. I'll put it on before going into like a big grocery store, around people I need to meet. Is that good? Yes. Okay. It could be something simple as a circle, like drawing a circle on your forehead and knowing that that means protection. Okay. Right now, we're working through the energy centers to release what needs to be released. If there's anything icky relating to boundaries or not, we're releasing it. And we're also filling it up with this golden light so we can start fresh. Oh, yeah. But the heart feels great, which is really interesting. The upper chakras were feeling a little icky, like a little, not icky, a little weaker, but the heart feels really good. I think, and I mean, at least for me, I can guard my heart pretty well, when I need to. And that feels easier for us to do, just kind of like being on guard with our hearts, which isn't a bad thing. Sometimes protection is the best thing, but for these, it can be harder to connect to. I keep seeing the poison ivy image coming up. And so if sigils don't work for you, something you can think about is maybe this is imagine like being wrapped up lovingly with some sort of plant protection where if someone like rubs up against you, they might get a little like a stinging nettle, a little sting, a little itch. That's such a great point. Struggling to maintain boundaries and being open, easy to cut out everyone. Yes, we are definitely going to work on balancing that because it is a balance. And lifelong work. I have to keep reminding myself that. I'm working with the root right now. And if you're new and I'm making some pained faces, I'm okay. It's just how I release energy. You can yawn, you can burp, you can feel a flush of cool or heat. Ooh. The boundaries feel better. Like this part feels better. That was feeling more open before. Check in with your body and your energetics to see how you feel right now. Well, that's interesting. We're going to work on the bottoms of the feet. No, the ankles. Interesting. I've never worked with the ankles before. I'm getting this image of like cowboy boots, of some sort of boot, like boots protect our ankles and shins if they're tall. And it almost, I know, well, I do know in traditional Chinese medicine that it is good to keep the ankles covered in the winter months because of the cold and you don't want to get it into your body. Ooh, ankles are about balance too. Yeah, that makes sense. This is very interesting. So maybe imagine wearing some socks right now over your ankles. I'm gonna admit, I'm an ankle out girl. I don't like socks, so maybe it's something I need to start doing. Is that good? Yes. No, we're not gonna work on the balance yet. I'm going to send you some energy. And this energy is going to go exactly where you need it to go. To help. Oh my, oh, wow. That was big. To help support your boundaries. This is less, this is more like the belief stuff, the our experiences. I know that this is a heavy topic. Take care of yourself. We're just holding this space for it to come out and release. Maybe move a little bit. I feel myself like nodding my head to help release. Oof. I will say that, you know, that was emotional. So many ancestors, so many in our past lives, in our familial lines, especially if you identify as a woman or non-binary or any sort of if you hold any sort of marginalized body, there was a lot of broken boundaries, lack of boundaries, no respect. And so this feels deep. This feels, what it feels like is that some folks call it like that deep feminine rage, that like ancestral, and it doesn't need to just be feminine, but that's how it feels like. And so just supporting ourselves through this right now. And we ask our spirit team to allow us to feel these things or to release these things in a safe and soft and gentle way at the right time. Okay, that feels good. Again, I have some nervous system support videos. If you are feeling activated, please take what you need. A good yes. So now we're going to work on that balancing. To be open, but not too open, closed, but not too closed. And again, this is a practice. This is a muscle. We have to do what feels right for our bodies. And if you are someone who has been very closed off, it's going to feel unbalanced to immediately open yourself up. So let's take those baby steps. Like I always say, we're not going from A to Z. We're going from A to A and a half, A to B. And you can imagine drawing little infinity signs. You can physically do it. You can imagine it over your body, going different ways. And we're doing this with the intention of balancing, again, being open, being closed, and allowing that to also come freely. Because sometimes, we don't want to get too stuck. We want to be able to do this interchangeably. Ooh. Feels good, yes. And the last thing, really, do I want to say that? Yes. Okay. That bit we did previously where there was that deep rage, where we were feeling those intense emotions, we somehow needed to connect to that or know it's there to help us say no when we need to say no, to help us say yes when we need to say yes. It feels like, and this is really beautiful, we're not doing this alone. We are, we stand on the giants of those before us. And so that's what it feels like. Like they're saying, we are here to help you. And they're also giving us cues. They're allowing us to feel the cues, to know when we need to say things and when we need to say no or when we need to say yes. Because sometimes it's hard to tap into that, right? You don't know when. It just can be challenging. So something about this is going to help us connect to that, which is beautiful. And we're so thankful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And again, allow all of this in a gentle, soft way for our bodies as we integrate all this. Just holding space. The image I'm now seeing, so like what I saw before was the poison ivy really wrapped around us thick, a very thick coating. And now I kind of see that poison ivy around us, like around our feet. And it can move when it needs to move. Like if it needs to protect you, it's going to come up. And if you want to be more open, it's going to come down. So there's more flow here, which feels very exciting. Okay. I want you to imagine drawing a big circle around you. It can be as big as you'd like, 8 feet out, 8 feet around. It could be close to your body. I want you to think about that line of that circle, of that boundary. Tune into it. How does it feel? There's no wrong answer. Again, it's a muscle. You can listen to this as many times as you need to help continue to strengthen it. And how does that feel now? Feels stronger to me. I'm feeling some groundedness too, like some roots being created. So we're just going to use those roots to help connect us to our strength. Right. And semi-related, just an anecdote to maybe help support this journey. When before I was trained in energy healing, I would do these sort of meditations where I imagined, my roots going down deep into the earth. And what I imagined was my roots hitting the earth and literally just bouncing off. It would just go boing like a spring. But I kept doing it. I was very ungrounded at the time and I felt it. And I was like, I want to feel more grounded. And so I just kept working and kept building that muscle, building that trust muscle as well, to know that I could be grounded and it's good to feel grounded and safe. And so just a reminder that that might be something we need to do here as well. And that is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. We are all on different journeys. It feels good. Okay. Let's take a few deep breaths. Oh, wow. I can really connect to that older energy, that past life, ancestral, generational energy. So we're going to use that. I want you to practice as well as we close out this session together. You can imagine them being around you, feeling that energy, and we're going to ground. So feel that bright, warm sensation in your pelvis at the base of your spine. Have that sensation, that light, that energy, that warmth flow down into your legs, your thighs, your knees, your legs, your ankles. Spend some extra time around them ankles. Your feet. And then your feet open up and go down, 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 deep into the center of the earth. And then the roots go out. They just shoot out for miles and miles. And now, this is the practice, friend. With your own energy and with those on your spirit team and whoever else you want to call on, draw again that protective energy bubble around you. Oof. And feel how much stronger it is with their help than when you just did it 2 seconds ago by yourself. It feels so much stronger. Yeah. I know. Okay. So we're going to thank our spirit team. We're going to thank the earth. We are going to thank our past lives, our past lives, past generations, ancestors, for our beloved ones, for helping us continue to strengthen our boundaries, to helping us keeping our boundaries balanced. Yeah. And take another deep breath. Let it out, and I'm going to release our energy. So I'm going to send your energy back to you. And this is now a good practice. Now that you have this bubble and you have your spirit team members around, be like, I call my energy back to me. I'm calling it back right now. And I call Sent you your energy. I'm calling my energy back. That feels really, really good. That feels so much stronger. I feel my energy more. I hope you do too. This is the deck I was using earlier. So let's pull an oracle card. We get poison ivy. I'm going to laugh. What do we need to know? What's a message for us? Hey, this one keeps coming up for me. So we got two. We got straw flower. And then we got seaweed. So let me read them. I'm just going to hit the highlights. But straw flower is a flower that keeps its color. And so it is a message to keep the joy in your life, to keep that spark. It's called timeless beauty. When used on the human body, straw flower brings a glow in. They are incredibly sparkly, renewing, and fresh, bringing a flush and glisten to your skin. Straw flower will not only repair injury, they will prevent it by fortifying and building your cellular integrity. Straw flower offers help when dealing with our inner scars that manifest visibly as depression, stress, and mental exhaustion. It lends us their colorful endurance so that instead of leaking our life force through old wounds and weak tissues, we may pour out our vibrancy and creative energy with this strength. Wow. So definitely imagine the straw flower. You can even have a photo, print it out, and or don't even print it out, and just send it to the places that might feel like those wounds. Beautiful. And then seaweed. The salty cave. Seaweed is nourishing, salty lifeblood in the lungs of the world. It's a mystery, wonder, and substance. We find seaweed in every ocean in the world. If you are looking to connect with your deepest origins, with the cellular primal state of where you have emerged from, look to the ocean and connect with seaweed. If your body is asking you for salty, thick nourishment of seaweed, heed this request. We as people easily forget what we are made of, what we are connected to, where we have come from. We look for all the ways that we are different rather than the ways we are eternally bound to one another and to our origins, magic woven through our very being. Seaweed can remind us these timeless networks of life and guide us to find our place in our past in these tidal waters. So what I'm really getting with this seaweed, you might need a bath. You might need to put like some salt in a bath. Soak. Salt is really protective. It's really strong. It can help strengthen our boundaries too, but it's also nourishing. So perhaps think about the places where you need more nourishment with these boundaries. Maybe you need to find people as examples who have done some sort of boundary work that you would like to do. But it's also telling us to be kind to ourselves because this is not easy work, so be gentle. Give yourself some grace. So very excited about these two, and they're beautiful. They're very flowy and supportive as well. This has been a lovely 36 minutes together, friends. I'm so glad you showed up for yourselves. You received this healing. I don't know, give yourself a pat on the back. I'm very proud of you. This can be hard, challenging work sometimes. And it's so lovely to see everyone. And I'll see you in November. I will post this. Please listen to it as many times as you need, especially during those trying moments like we have coming up. Bye.